big. That's right. Fail big. You only live once, so do what you feel passionate about. Take chances. Don't be afraid to fail. There's an old IQ test, was 9 dots, and you had to draw 5 lines with a pencil within these 9 dots without lifting the pencil. The only way to do it was to go outside the box. So don't be afraid to go outside the box. Don't be afraid to think outside the box. Don't be afraid to fail big, to dream big. But remember, dreams without goals are just dreams, and they ultimately fuel disappointment. So have dreams, but have goals. Life goals, yearly goals, monthly goals, daily goals. And understand that to achieve these goals, you must apply discipline and consistency. In order to achieve your goals, you must apply discipline and consistency every day, not just on Tuesday and miss a few days. You have to work at it every day. You have to plan every day. You've heard the saying, we don't plan to fail, we fail to plan. Hard work works.
Top of the morning, top of the Thanksgiving Day morning, y'all. It's your boy B Jizzle in the BIG3. That's right. We're here to cook a preparing big meal today, y'all. We got them Cowboys and the Chiefs. It's Cowboys and Indians today on Thanksgiving. Seems a lot like right. Cowboys, food, football, family, you name it. That's my girl Kales with the intels and the nation's capital. How we doing this morning?
Hey, happy Thanksgiving. It's nice and cold.
Yeah. Nice and cold over there on the East Coast. It seems like a little winter time over there?
It is getting there.
Yeah. And he is my guy Bob, the Cannabis Cowboy, coming to you live from Colorado. Has any snow yet down there, Bob?
Nope, no snow. We are at record pace right now. We have not had snow for this long in Denver, I think, in its history, which is pretty crazy. But it's about 35 degrees right now. It says snow is coming, but that could be a day. It could be a week. We don't know. But it's still a beautiful day. It's nice and sunny. It's perfect football weather. So, yeah, doing real well. Hey, before we go further, real quick, I want to let anybody know who's watching right now. I know we probably don't have a whole bunch of people jumped in real quick, but while today is a really great day to celebrate time with your friends and family and all your loved ones, there's some people out there that aren't able to do that. There's some veterans out there that are suffering some mental health issues. There's some folks out there that are dealing with mental health issues. If you have a friend that may be alone or maybe experiencing some things, today's the day to call them. Please do. I've lost a lot of friends to suicide over the last 10 years, and it happens a lot during the holiday. So not trying to bring anything down, but if you have any friends that are out there that you think you might need to call, today's the day to do it. Drop them a line, shoot them a text, let them know you love them. That's what it's all about today.
I'm echoing that, Bob. I appreciate that. Yeah, shout out to all my veterans. You know, veterans are deployed, especially those that are active duty around the world. They're away from family and friends today. I know many of you watching have friends and family that are veterans that have served or currently serving. So make sure you call and check on them and wish them a happy Thanksgiving. Don't DM, don't text. Hey, I don't know who needs to hear this, Kales, but don't put me in that group text and say happy Thanksgiving and I don't know who it is. And I got 8, 9, 10 numbers. I'm like, who is this? Do you get?
I don't do that.
Do you still get those, Kales?
No. I mean, I have a group text with just myself and 2 of my sorority sisters that I always cut up with. That's the only group text I have.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know about you, Bob. Bob, you still getting them group texts? I know I hate it, man. Happy Thanksgiving, dog. And I'm like, who the fuck is this? Excuse my language.
It's very rare that I get them anymore because there's not a lot of people that I don't know have my number, and I tell everybody that I do know, don't give it to anybody, man. So I got my Cowboys brothers from the 4 horsemen from Miami that I talk to that I constantly have a text chain with, but it's very rare anybody else comes in there. We kick them out real quick if they happen to make
That's the perfect word, text chain. That's what I have, a text chain.
Yeah. Ooh, remember that? Wow, I'm gonna date folks here. Remember that when email first came out and everybody used to forward you the email chains? Kales, I know you're from that era too. You know about them email chains. forward this to 5 friends, or you will be cursed, and the Cowboys will lose the next 8 games. What? Hurry up and share it. Hurry up and share it. But we do have a football game today, and I think what's on the menu is the Chiefs. I believe the Cowboys, in my heart of hearts, are going to be cooking some Chiefs on Turkey today. It is on Turkey Day today. It is Cowboys and Indians. I mean, 5-5 teams, 5-1, 5-5. I mean, both teams fighting for their playoff lives. Who would have thought maybe the Kansas City Chiefs not making the playoffs? What my girl Kels with the Intels did post the latest injury report and the practice report. So I'm going to pull that up, and let's hear from my girl Kels and the Intels. What can you tell us about this new injury report that you put out there at OAT, Kels?
Everybody has dropped. The only one that is DNP, and of course we know that he's going to be ruled out, is Tyler Guyton. And Kalen Carson, our cornerback, he left out of the Eagles game for a while for dehydration, so he was hooked up to an IV, and then when they went Monday for a walkthrough, they put him back on an IV, and he did have like a little twinge in his hamstring, so they monitored that. But everybody is good to go. Everyone that has dropped from limited is now in full capacity, and they are active, as you can see. So that's how you will see it. It's a lot of, one thing about the practice report, it's a lot of movement that goes on during these practice days. Yeah. One thing I can say, we have taken out a lot of key Eagles players when we played them. So Saquon Barkley, he's questionable for tomorrow. There's some other players that is DNP. Devontae Smith is jumping between DNP and limited. So we've taken out a couple of Eagles players on last Sunday.
Well, I appreciate you always posting that. As you see, you got some more information in there too as well. Man, John Hussey is the referee for today. I don't think that spells well, Kels. What can you tell us about John Hussey coming in? I think, don't he like throwing flags for the Chiefs?
For the Chiefs.
For the Chiefs, yeah.
That is Patrick Mahomes' BFF out of all the referees. So we got to be on the lookout for him.
Yeah, I wanted to take a look and see where the Chiefs were at currently on. Okay, yeah, they're ranked 16th in penalties, down in 76. So the Denver Broncos still lead. The Cowboys have been averaging 8 penalties a game, but we got some more stats there. We'll talk more about John Hussey. I don't know if that's in the cards for us today, Bob. The Cowboys are underdogs at home. I believe the Chiefs are favored 3.5. Coming in over Dallas, the over-under, I believe, is 51. There's going to be a lot of points. But one thing we know about GP is he's been racking up some yards, Bob. It seems like a lot of people putting a lot of disrespect on our guy CD Lamb and his name, man. People are throwing in CD Lamb. Like, I'm starting to see people try to burn Lamb jerseys. I'm like, come on, really?
Hey, man, just like in hip-hop, rock, metal, you're only as good as your last hit. And when things aren't going up for you, that's the way it goes. It's not really just, I don't think it's just our fan base. I'm sure a lot of teams do that. But we are definitely one of those, we want the click and point, click, shoot results right away. And if it doesn't happen, we start jumping ship on people. I posted something in OAT a couple days ago. The top 10 drops in the NFL right now. It's weird to see CD on that list, but it's just one of those things where it's not him. That's not him. We all know that it's not him. It's not something that happens every year with him. It's something that can be fixed. And I guarantee you that guy's going to fix it. He's a world-class #1 elite wide receiver. We were talking about him being the greatest since sliced bread before Pickens got to the team. And we're real quick to switch teams or to switch temperature a lot of times with this fan base. But Pickens is going crazy right now. And whatever CD's not doing doesn't seem to be bothering Pickens. He's doing what he needs to do. And if we let this guy go, it's going to be really, really bad.
Kels, how are you feeling about all of the disrespect out there? You think CD's getting ready to have a pop-back game here today? Could be a big game today. Under 51 points. That's a lot of points.
Yeah, I think he will have a bounce-back game. I just hope whatever is going on, he needs to need to get whatever is in his head out of his head. And then on one of the passes, like I did rewatch the game, and it looked like it was the play that they've been practicing, preparing for the Eagles game. It was a little bit underthrown, and one thing I have noticed, and yes, Dak is having a great season. However, there has been a couple of times where Dak has underthrown a ball like 4 or 5 yards, and you have Pickens and Lamb. They going straight into the end zone, but then when they see that the ball is not placed where it needs to be, they have to run back out of the end zone to get the ball. And that was one of the plays, and I think that's what kind of upset him a little bit, because it was like he was where he was supposed to be in the end zone, but the ball didn't get to him on time, and it was underthrown. But the thing is, it doesn't look good on TV. Like, I don't know if he was cussing himself out because that was a play he should have made, or was that directed to Dak? I don't know. I'm not making no assumptions on it, but just on tape and looking at it, it did not look good either way.
Yeah. Well, they did ask, CeeDee Lamb, because I was waiting for the post-game interview with CeeDee after the game, but he was one of the players that they did not interview, and we did not see him until Tuesday. But let's listen in when he was asked about these dropped balls, Pauls. Let's listen in.
What are those conversations like with Dak when you go through kind of a little stretch like you're going through? Right?
I mean, you just find ways to get better. You want to be solution oriented and not really much dwell on the problem. Granted, we know the problem. I need to catch the ball, but other than that, man, we'll be fine. When I do catch it, just be ready.
Yeah. Seems pretty simple, right? He just needs to catch the bleeping ball, Bob. I mean, I think many fans are just overthinking this, right? Because if GP wasn't having these said numbers, it might not be this, GP's better than CD and the hate on CD. I truly think he's going to be the MVP of today's game. Since I know you like to call out those hot takes and things like that, I'll just give that to you early. I think 88 comes back to rock the plate. 88 rocking the plate today, baby, with big numbers, Bob.
And
we got a difference between these two receivers. George Pickens is a jump up, go get it, attack the ball person. CD can do that, but he's not a high point guy. The thing is with Prescott and Lamb, it doesn't really need to be that way. Prescott hits CD in the numbers almost every time. They've got something going on that's been going on for years. It's not new. The drops that we saw him make happen against Philly, at all this year, they're hitting him in the hands of the numbers. Those are on CD. There's a couple that have been out of position, but that one bomb that he threw to Pickens last week against Philly, where he jumped up and got it, that was an underthrow.
Over those two safeties?
Yeah, that was an underthrow for sure. But in order for him to get that, he had to actually jump up and go forward with his hands, like you were saying, Kels. So there's a bit of truth to him, to Dak underthrowing sometimes, but it just doesn't happen enough for me to think that that's really the reason why CD's not catching those balls.
And two things on that. CD is still ranked as one of the top receivers. I think the issue is that CD has acquired this year 7 critical drops, and it was against the heavy rivals.
Against the same team, the Eagles. 7 drops.
Yeah, because he had 4 in week 1 and 3 on Sunday.
Well, wait, if that's the case, then that means he only has 7 drops, and he's only dropped passes in those 2 games this year, because he's only got 7 drops on the season.
Right, and I don't think it would have been that much of a big difference if it was someone that wasn't the Eagles.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I don't think anybody will be going crazy if it even if it's in the division, but especially the Eagles, because that it was the Eagles, then it was like all hell has broken loose.
And for context, real quick, the other 2 people who have 7 drops are Christian McCaffrey and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Do you think those people suck? I mean,
Well,
it's
yeah,
just, it's
he's
okay.
right there. That's what I'm saying. He's right there in that stacking.
Yeah.
And nobody's talking about Amon-Ra St. Brown. Nobody's talking about these other guys. I think it's because he's on America's team and he's 88 and he's got that target literally on his back.
And Jerry Jeudy and Brian Thomas Jr. from Jacksonville have 9 each. So they're leading the league right now in drops. And and I didn't even know that they were only during the Philly game because that's how little he drops balls. It makes sense now that it's only within these 2 games. Maybe it's a Philly thing. We don't know. But if it's only during the Philly game, that's the only.
The thing is, he's never done that with Philly.
Right.
This is like the first year.
It's just chance. It's just chance.
Yeah.
Coincidence.
Well, we know both teams are fighting for their playoff lives. Yeah, we still have a chance. Who would have thought the Kansas City Chiefs, after all the run they've been doing these last couple of years, as you take a look at the numbers here, we're going to talk about our 3 keys to winning the game. And also, we're going to get some predictions going. So make sure if you're tapping in, let us know. What do you got on the grill today? Let's talk about that right quick, Bob. What you got in the oven over there? What you cooking on today besides these Chiefs on the menu?
You know, we got just the average, I guess, Thanksgiving fare. We're going to have some beans and some mashed potatoes, stuffing, turkey. I'm making some old school broccoli bites that Bennigan's used to make back in the days. I don't know if anybody in our the old broccoli bites are just basically cheese and broccoli and all that mixed up, little tiny bites. They're good, delicious.
Oh, I hate it. I hated Bennigan.
We're gonna have some of that, and then the cranberry and maybe some dessert. Nothing extravagant. There's only gonna be 4 of us: me, my wife, her best friend, who is my brother's wife, and my brother will be here. So we're just gonna be a small family gathering, and hopefully we don't make too much and have too much stuff in the fridge for the next couple of days.
Yeah. Kels, what do you got cooking on the stove over there besides these Chiefs on the menu today for Turkey Day?
Mom, what's in the oven? Okay, so right now in the oven is my mom's killer seafood dressing. It's
seafood dressing.
Yeah, it's really like it is like chef kiss. But what I found out a couple of Thanksgivings ago, that this is like a high like delicacy in like New Orleans and everything. So I'm looking forward to that. Mr. Tom just came out the oven. We got Porky the Pig. What else we got? The collard greens, the sweet potatoes, the mac and cheese, candy yams, lamb chops. We got chocolate cake.
Man, I'm starting to get a little hungry now because y'all talking about all of this food. But let's get back to the main dish on the menu.
Cheesecake.
Oh,
damn.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to ask
put you down for good.
I'm going to get this from y'all, so get it ready. I want to know what your favorite dessert is. Not right now, but as we get through the show, let us know what your favorite dessert is on Thanksgiving. Mine is going to be these Chiefs on the menu. Let's talk about it. I mean, the Chiefs last week they beat the Indianapolis Colts, Bob, and that ain't nothing to sneeze at. I mean, everybody's thinking that the Cowboys, because we're underdogs at 3.5, that the Chiefs are just about to be the Super Bowl team that they've been the last 5 years, and they're going to roll in on AT&T Stadium. They are expecting 50 million plus viewers. By the way, just to add some context, I think the largest Thanksgiving Day game by the Cowboys in history has been with the Giants, I think at 40-something million, but they're anticipating a record-breaking 50 million because everything that's on the line between both of these teams fighting for their playoff lives. Is it just that easy for the Chiefs to come in and knock off these newly revamped Cowboys, or is it going to be a tough cooking today in the kitchen?
I think it's going to be tighter. I feel like both teams have gone through the same trajectory this entire season. The only thing is Kansas City's had massive success in the last decade or so, whereas Dallas hasn't. So the comparisons aren't going to be there for most people on the news. That's not really juicy enough for people. But they were both losing to teams they shouldn't have lost to, and now they're winning and beating teams that they didn't think people thought they would win. So I really feel at this today, at the very least, is going to be a little bit more exciting of a game than people think. I don't feel like Kansas City is going to score on us the way people think. I honestly have us winning 35-17. It's a Thanksgiving tradition that we play. We're playing on a day that we always usually have success. I just think that today is going to be one of those games where we cement that we're better than we look. Does that mean we're going to get to the postseason? Probably not. I'm just saying we have to carry this kind of momentum into another season if we don't happen to make the offseason. Not to mention, we can really have a lot of fun for the rest of the year playing spoiler for a lot of these teams if we continue to look as good as we have. So the problem is it's a short week. I don't really know what that is going to do to this team. It could be a good thing or a bad thing. It really can go both ways. I've seen it really go very horrible for us, and I've seen it work out for us. So I don't know. I feel like we're going to put up some points, though.
Hills, I mean, the Chiefs did knock off the Colts, and that MVP back there, Jonathan Taylor. I mean, Dallas Cowboys have had a pretty respectable run game, especially with Javonte Williams. How do you see this run game matching up today with Kansas City? Because, I mean, they shut down Jonathan Taylor in that Colts game, and I'm a little worried that maybe Kansas City's defense, because we all know what Patrick Mahomes can do. They got Rashee Rice over there. They still have Travis Kelce, respectable. And, you know, I've been bugging you all week, and I've been wanting to know, because I know Post Malone is performing at halftime, but is Taylor Swift going to be in the building today?
Don't know, don't care.
She's been telling me the same thing all last couple of weeks, y'all, because I've been trying to tell Kels, look, I know Posty is performing. And, you know, there's been some news. Posty used to sleep in the stadium when his dad was working for Jerry Jones, you know, in the food and beverage side of things at AT&T Stadium. But if Taylor Swift is there today, I don't know, man. They got the Chiefs favored at 3.5, and I don't like it if Taylor's going to be in the house. But this run game,
she don't make or break. She don't make or break the game because, one, she's not in pass, and she doesn't wear a helmet, and she's not calling no snaps. So, like I said, I really don't know, and I really don't care if she's there or not.
Okay. Well,
What about any more influence than Jessica Simpson did? So we're going to be all right.
Hey! Don't make me go to the files just to remind everybody who did it here first. Let me go find this picture. I know I got it somewhere. But Kels, I wanted to ask you: is the Javonte Williams run game? Do you think we're going to be able to reestablish that? Hold that real quick. Just know that the Cowboys did it first. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Tony Romo and Jessica Simpson before Kelce and Swift, y'all. Just know that the Cowboys set the trends. We was doing this shit way before Taylor Swift entered the chat. But getting back to this run game, Kels, Javonte, is he going to be able to get this run game going against his Kansas City Chiefs fans today?
So here we go. When we look at their defense, like we're playing Vic Fangio's twin, basically, when you look at it. The Chiefs' defensive scheme is a flexible, aggressive system designed by Steve Spagnuolo that he blends the 4-2 base with versatile sub packages, including increased use of the Oz stack, which is the 3-3-5 package. Their defense features a variety of coverages like cover 2, cover 3, cover 0, and cover 4. A high blitz rate and an adaptable front seven with players like Nick Bolton, Drew Tranquil, and Leo Chenal lining up in multiple spots, sometimes even at the edge or safety. A key element is using their safety Shamari Connor at nickelback, which allows them to use their linebackers in different alignments and create mismatches. When you look at their aggressive pressure, of course, like I said, they do the high blitz rates, especially on third downs, and they could bring pressures from various positions. They do a lot of mix in the coverages, like what we talked about. So, let's scroll down some. They take away the run very well. Chris Jones, 95. We gotta put some respect on him. He takes plays off from the offense. He lines up as a 1 tech, but he is actually a 0 tech. They fly to the ball downhill. They don't do well with play action QBs, which is Dak Prescott. Spag is going to pressure on third down, like what I just mentioned. I forgot their names, but they do play 2 high safeties and disguise their safeties coverages very well. They play out of matchup. This is going to be a fun day for Dak Prescott because they have two safeties, jersey number 23 and 27. Bob, if you could look those up for me. Those are the ones that Dak wants to throw. If one of them is on CeeDee Lamb, the other one is on Pickens, or even if it's on Jake Ferguson, you want those safeties to be on any of those three. Hike the ball up because they ain't going to cover those three receivers.
Gotcha. There's some good intel. So my girl Kale's right there. Oh, look at this, y'all. We got Eagles fans in here who have become Chiefs fans. Look at this, y'all. Shout out to the Bird Brains. We know y'all gonna be watching today. Phil Davon is in the chat. Eagles fan, repping the Chiefs. Go ahead, Kale.
So they will give up some plays. They will give up some plays on defense. This is a zone defense team that plays man technique. What did I have in my Chief news? So here's a fun fact. 7 of their 11 games that they have had this year were opponents that did not play front 5-man fronts. We will be doing the 5-man front again. And this is a good matchup when it comes to little Pat. But when you look at their defense and you match it up with our offense, you have to take advantage of the seam routes and definitely get Fergie involved. That's all I have to say on them, and then we can get into like their offense and how to match up, how it's going to match up with our defense. But one thing I can say, we do have game day transactions. I did put those in the practice report. Our cornerback Corey Ballantyne, he has been elevated from the practice squad, and he is going to play against the Chiefs. Our other cornerback, Robert Rochelle, he was poached off of our practice squad by the Panthers. And our offensive line tackle, Nate Thomas, he will be starting at left tackle against the Chiefs since Tyler Guyton is going to be out. Our running back, Javonte Williams, he is 247 scrimmage yards away from receiving his $250,000. And he is also 3 touchdowns away from another $250,000 bonus. The Pro Bowl nominations have just been open today, like a couple of hours ago. So let's put our boys in the Pro Bowl. So the theme of this game is welcome to the Battle of the Tyler 903. Why is that? Because Demo and Patrick Mahomes are both from Tyler, Texas. And I want to say they went to the same school or they went to the rival schools.
Yeah, and there's some context on that, and I'm glad that you brought that up because Demo was interviewed because of that connection. Yeah, both Demo and Patty Mahomes from East Texas. And
I was going to call this game "Who's the Real Dallas?" because we are playing for Thanksgiving the original Dallas team. We are playing the Dallas Texans.
That's right. I bet most Chiefs fans, Bob, don't even know that their franchise started as the Dallas Texans, and we'll get into that in just a minute.
Difficulties here.
Yeah. Shout out to KD Carey. Thank you for those 200 stars. Happy Thanksgiving. We appreciate that. Thank you for the love. But let's listen in because there's some connection here between Demo and Patrick Mahomes, and wait till the end to hear what Demo had to say about Patty Cake himself.
Oh yeah. Crazy thing is, so I went to White House in elementary. So, the varsity football players would actually come to the elementary and see the kids. So Pat was actually in high school. So it was a couple of times he came to the elementary. His brother Jackson and his cousin Emma, we was all in the same class. So I actually grew up with them. So I know the Mahomes real well, that family real well. And I'm pretty sure, when I was doing combine interviews, I said it was either a dream to play against them or play with them. So I get to play against them. So that's gonna be fun. East Texas going at it. We haven't. I done seen them around, but as far as like formally just sit down and talk, we haven't done that. So it'd be good to hear from them, during the game when I'm chasing them around.
Yeah, I like that. Good to hear from them, chasing them around in the game. I love the attitude. That's the East connection. Small world, huh, Bob? Demo.
Oh, yeah.
Seeing Patrick Mahomes come back to high school. Small world, East Texas.
And I wanted to add something real quick to this situation. Don't know if anybody knows this, but the Chiefs, while they are a pretty good defense, I think they're top 10, top 15. They're actually not very good against the run. The last 5 games they've allowed 148, 62, 79, 148 again, and 152. And every other game since has been triple-digit rushing that they allowed for every single game this year. They really, really are not that great against the run. Maybe that has a big connection with what Kel's just said about Javonte getting a big bonus today if he does good. I really feel like he's going to have
3 touchdowns and 247 scrimmage yards, and he will get a nice $500,000. I need to find his number and text him my Zelle. That's all I want.
I feel like Javonte is going to have 125 yards today, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we might have been a game early too, Bob, because isn't the red kettle that's out today, right, Kels? I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
Charlotte Jones did share a photo.
Out. Nobody on the Chiefs will jump into. I lie. I'm not putting nothing past Pacheco, Hollywood Brown,
Xavier Worthy.
One of them 3 is going to jump in that kettle.
Yeah. And with that being said, Kel said last week she thought the Eagles would, but the red kettle wasn't out. So I hope she doesn't get this right either, being a week early, Bob, because both you and I, we were advocating even during the game. Every time we got on the goal line, I was saying 33 to the cup, baby. Maybe we're going to see. Let us know your predictions down in the comments below. I'm still riding with 33 to the cup today. Kel said a regular little Chief fan's going to jump in there. But, Bob, you still riding with your guy, Javonte?
I don't think they're going to be the first ones. Because the Chiefs is not as petty as the Eagles.
True.
And the Cowboys have a petty streak too. So I won't say that they're going to be the first this time, but I'm not going to bet against one of those 3. And I forgot about Rashee. What's his name? Rashee Rice.
Rashee Rice, yeah.
Yeah, his little self might jump in the kettle too. But hey, whatever. When you jump in, and guess what? Just that fine is going to go straight to the Salvation Army. So I like how they do with that.
Yeah.
And everything. But to also piggyback, like when we look at the Chiefs offense, we all know it's led by Matt Nagy, and their offensive line coach is Andy Heck. They run a West Coast style offense that relies heavily on RPOs and is built around Patrick Mahomes' ability to execute it efficiently. Key aspects includes using motion to gather information pre-snap, a strong emphasis on the passing game to create big plays, and an effort to find more balance between the passing and running game. So their personnel run an 11 personnel, which is good for our 5-man front. They're going to try to run the ball if they can. That's where they've been struggling.
Kareem Hunt. I've been playing him in fantasy. Kareem Hunt's getting all the touchdowns. I know you said Pacheco, but they got a double-headed monster back there too, with Pacheco and Kareem Hunt. So
right, and if they can't get the running game with having Quinnen Williams and all of our big bodies, in the 5-man front, this game is going to turn into a passing game for the Chiefs. And again, we are playing another mobile quarterback. A deep ball to either Xavier Worthy or Hollywood Brown can be an issue for our defense. In big games, Travis Kelce, he will show up. And one thing and their receivers are very dominant in zone. And I'm going to jump back on that when I go
I'm getting PTSD. You said zone, Eberflus, Kansas City. Wait a minute. I'm starting to relapse here. Are you saying that they're good against the zone and we're running zone? No, you said 5-man front, right?
They are very good against the zone coverage. And Andy Reid, his game plan concepts changes every week. So when we look at our defense, where is our defense? Here we go. In certain situations, they may rotate into a base 4-man front. This should be a team Flu should play QB spot. Insert agent 0. You have to pass block this team. Continue to play. One thing that Flus did do with the Eagles, continue to play this 5-1 man front with our cornerback Reddy Stewart at the walk-up linebacker position. Flus, and this is why I said by them being very dominant in zone, Flus.
Wait, did you just say Reddy Stewart from the secondary playing linebacker?
He was the walk-up linebacker. So he
sound like it was some Dan Quinn business going on. Whoa.
Oh, but it was good though. That was good because, like I said, I went back and watched this game, and I looked at all positions.
Oh, okay, Kel's watched the tape.
Game.
All right.
Yeah. So he will start because Reddy Stewart is actually what J. Lou was to us. He was that nickel. So he will start off in the nickel position, but he will walk right up where Logan Wilson is and will just take off.
So little gamesmanship seems like on the defensive side then.
Right.
Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, since Quentin Williams and Logan Wilson has been with us, and this is what 3 weeks for them being with us, that game plan book has been real shifty, and the Eagles already came out that they didn't game plan for a 5-man front because that 5-man front gave Patula
we held Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley down. Yeah, we shut that run game down. I think they had a total of 60 yards or something like that combined.
They weren't ready and they weren't prepared for that, and they did not study that. So we have left 2 teams that this new defense, we left teams in a frenzy. And like I said, by them being very, very dominant in zone coverage, Flus has to press man on their receivers.
But what about this press and this front 5, Bob? Let's hear from Osa Odigizua. I know you played a lot of games coming up. I know you played some Mario Brothers, right, Bob?
Oh, I definitely did. I've played it in the last 5 years for sure.
Let's see what I think Osa knows a little bit something about some Mario. Let's listen in.
Since we're never going to have the experience to have a sack like that in a game, can you just take us to the emotions of what that's like, that such a game-changing type play like that?
Man, it's like Mario Mushroom, like grew 10 feet tall. It's amazing to be able to do it in a situation like that, turn the sideline up and be able to affect the game in such a way.
Yeah. Eating a mushroom, growing 10 feet tall, Bob. We're going to need Osa to pull another number because he did get that critical sack against Jalen Hurts.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we're definitely going to need that against Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah. Eric Bison, I would agree with you on that issue. Like, granted, they are minus one heavily O lineman, who is Trey Smith. Yes, he is out. However, we got them beat because we have Nate Thomas. If you don't know who Nate Thomas is, I feel sorry for you because you should have been watching him from last season and what he has been doing this season. Technically, I would prefer Nate Thomas. If you still going to keep Tyler Guyton at left, I prefer him over Terrence Steele any day. And we have a hybrid tackle. Now, I'm hoping next year because Terrence Steele will no longer be on our roster, so we don't have to renew him for another deal. I'm hoping they will move Tyler Guyton to his natural position, which is a right tackle, and put Nate Thomas at left tackle. So
is that who's taking, because I know you did reference Tyler Guyton was the only one on the injury report. He's out for this game too as well. Who is stepping in for Tyler Guyton? Is Nate Thomas. Okay, so we got that cleared.
Yeah.
So, that means we'll have less holding calls and less penalties probably because
or less pre-snap.
And Nate Thomas has been holding a lot of. He even held Micah Parsons when we played him.
Yeah.
So with that being said, you don't see a drop in this run game with Nate Thomas coming in for Tyler Guyton, Bob?
I don't think so. Not at all. No, I'm not worried about it. Again, Guyton is, he's proving to be sort of hot and cold. And I think when Nate comes in, he's usually always consistent. So, that's really what you need on an offensive line. You can have great players, but if you're not consistently playing with each other, that's a problem.
Right. And technically, when you look at it, who did we play before the Eagles?
Raiders.
No, not the Raiders. We didn't need him for the Raiders. But the Eagles, the Broncos, and this game here are the games that you want Nate Thomas for.
And with that being said, let's go ahead and let's run into our predictions and our also, because Bob, you just threw your prediction out there a while ago. I wanted to grab that from you again. What'd you say? 30-something, 30? What'd you say?
I've got 35-17 Dallas. And my big predictions are Javonte have 125 plus yards and Bland has a pick 6.
Ooh, Bland pick 6. I like that.
Yeah, because some teams have been picking off little Pat.
Yeah, well, actually, Pat is one of the leaders, if I'm not mistaken, in interceptions, which nobody is talking about because you, Kels, and Bob, and I all know if Dak Prescott would be leading in interceptions right about now, it'd be the talk of the town on Turkey Day.
Yep.
How many interceptions has Dak had this season?
I think 6, maybe 5 or 6 or something like that, because he did throw one last game. Could have threw 2. But let me go ahead and I'll pull that up on StatMuse so we can take a look at that, because I thought Gino Casino was leading the interceptions there for a minute.
Yeah, you would have thought. But I don't know. I'm still playing around with it. I have 2 scores. And the only reason why I say that because the last piece of info that I have when it comes to our defense and their offense is if Flus plays off coverage, the downside is every Chiefs receiver's hand will be on the ball.
Yeah, Gino Casino is leading. That's what I thought. Let's go ahead and just take a quick look at it here as we got it up. Geno Smith and Tua Tagovailoa turned the ball over are tied with the most interception passes with 13 apiece. Sam Darnold, J.J. McCarthy, Josh Allen. Dak Prescott has 7. Oh, and Patrick Mahomes has 7. Ooh, maybe I shouldn't be running my mouth so soon. It looks like Patrick Mahomes and Dak Prescott tied with the same amount of interceptions. But my guy Bob said he thinks Bland is going to have a pick 6 on one of his predictions. So y'all let us know, does Patty Cake throw any interceptions today while the Cowboys are cooking the Chiefs? Let us know in the comments below.
Oh, and I don't know about Mahomes, but I can tell you right now that at least, and this why the statistic needs to be messed with a little bit. I know at least 4 of those interceptions that Dak threw were just hitting the hands of receivers and flying off. And I can't say the same for Mahomes because I haven't watched any Kansas City games, but those kinds of interceptions frustrate me when the quarterback puts the ball where it needs to be and it gets hit in the hand by the hands of a wide receiver or something like that, and then goes up and gets intercepted. I don't think that needs to count versus a quarterback, man. The quarterback ended his job once it hit the hands of the receiver. But at that point, I really think that, Dak is still one of the most accurate this year.
Yeah.
And then
Eric Guyton, I wouldn't say he's not a top dog. He's playing out of position. He's playing out of position right now.
yeah, and then Kales, whenever you're ready, you can give us your prediction. My prediction is 27-24. That's 51 points. Over under is 51 right now. They expect a lot of points to be scored. You know, you can take a look at that on your betting lines and things like that. But my prediction is 27-24. Bob's got 35-17. My key to the game is this Dallas Cowboys defense, just like last game. Can we hold Kareem Hunt and also Isaiah Pacheco in this run game? And for that fact, Patty Mahomes, because Patrick Mahomes can get out and run his little feet. You know, Demo's probably going to be chasing him, as you heard Demo in that interview say. It's going to be a lot of fun hearing from him while I'm chasing him around the field. So let us know how many times Patrick Mahomes gets sacked. But, you know, can this defense with Quinnen Williams, also Odigizua, this five-man front that Kels is talking about, we're getting ready to see against these Chiefs. Can we contain Pacheco and also, you know, the other running back over there? Can we hold them under 100 yards again and 2 touchdowns? Because at 27-24, there's going to be some points scored. You got to respect the Kansas City Chiefs defense and their offense. They are 5-5, Cowboys 5-5-1, but it could go any way. And I think the Cowboys, unlike last game, on top of stopping that run game, Bob, I think, and Kels is, can we get off faster in the first half and not go down 21 points and play from behind and have to change up the game plan? So that's my key. Stop the run and get out fast in the first half.
Yeah. So
I don't think we've given up 100 yards in 2 consecutive games with this new defensive line.
7 yards.
And we're talking about Ashton Genty and Saquon Barkley, who aren't punks. They're not horrible. They may be on bad teams, but they're not bad running backs. And we've held them under double digits, I think, in both of those games.
And I think I text you that, of course, a lot of the stats and grade reports come out like within 24, 48 hours after we play a team. But we held, hold on, where's our text chain at? So with Barkley, he only had 10 carries for 22 yards, and the Eagles' total rushing yards were 18 carries and 63 yards. So we kept the Eagles' offense at bay, under 100 yards. So when it comes to little Pat, all Patrick needs, if to do his damage, he could have literally less than a minute on the board, or maybe a minute and 45, and he will do some damage with like 211 million touchdowns after, you know, within that 1 minute and 45 seconds. But I have a feeling they're going to have the lead until Brandy Aubrey comes out and do the walk-off winning field goal.
Oh, another walk-off Aubrey kick today? Is that going to be your prediction?
That will bring the score to 30-28 Cowboys way.
Hey, I'm surprised everybody didn't just start bashing Brandon Aubrey last week for missing his field goal. That dude misses 1 out of like 90. And it's amazing. You know, all of a sudden CD drops 7 passes against one team over 2 games, and everyone's talking about how Pickens should be the number 1 receiver. That's not even how it goes in the league. They don't just jump people on top of you, man. We got an embarrassment of riches on this team right now. The 2 best wide receivers in the NFL right now are playing for the Dallas Cowboys, and we're worried about who's being called 1 or 2. Who gives a shit, man? Hold on. That's what we want to see.
Hey, Tomas, listen, I got a lot of nickname for these plays, but listen to this part right here.
Yeah, she called him Pat. I call him Patty Cake. What you call him, Bob?
I call him
you got
Little
a nickname
Pat
for Patrick Mahomes?
I call him Little
Not really.
Pat.
No, it's an AFC team.
And I call Russell Williams Little Russ. But listen, Patrick Mahomes, don't he sound like one of them old school junkyard mechanics that got a pot belly, wear overalls.
Everything's for sale right now.
He has a cigarette hanging from the side of his mouth, talking about he could fix your carburetor for $50.
I'll fix your car. I can fix your alternator, man. Come on, bring the alternator over here. Let me put a little gas in that little carburetor over there, boy. Yeah. I got you. I'm with you.
Don't he sound like that? with that raspy voice.
You know, they give him Kermit the Frog. They say all kinds of stuff with him, man.
Nah, they ain't Kermit. He sound like an old school junkyard mechanic that could fix your carburetor for $50 with a cigarette hanging from the side of his mouth.
Possibly, yeah. Well, you know, if he's a jack of all trades, that's for sure. We cannot discount what he's done in the past. He has got an arm. He has got the ability to run on a bunch of people. He can convert those third downs if he needs to. We really got to play top notch. That's really what the whole short week is going to come into play today. We've only had a few days to rest after an exhaustingly huge
4
comeback
days.
against an NFC East rival, and now we got to go in front of everybody and their grandmother on Thanksgiving and perform well again against a team who does not suck, whose record, again, just like ours, does not exactly show what the team is about, although most people will refute that. I think it's going to be a lot better of a game than people think, but it's going to also be a little tougher than
it's going to be a good game. I just don't want to be too good for for them. Hold on for a minute. I know she ain't gonna give a score, but Cowboys or Chiefs? Who you going for today? I don't know. Oh, she said she don't know. Well, she said it don't matter. She said her team is gone.
Oh, well, the Dallas Cowboys all-time record on Thanksgiving Day, according to AI, says 34 wins, 22 losses, and 1 tie. Ooh, the Cowboys have played on Thanksgiving annually since 1966, with the only exceptions being 75 and 77. Their winning percentage of .605 is the best among teams with at least 10 Thanksgiving appearances. I like it, but the Chiefs are still favored, Bob. And my whole thing is, if these Cowboys, we cannot come out starting off slow again. Because that cardiac cowboy shit, I don't need that on Thanksgiving, especially after my tummy's full with all of the great food that's about to be cooked.
Today's the best day of the entire season to establish a hardcore run game and then play off that play action. It could be something that could really. It's just one of those things where we've got a team who is known to not be able to stop the run. We've got a good offensive line and a really good running back who I believe is in top 5 in yards right now. We've got the ability to make this a game that's going to be very hard for this team to keep up with the Chiefs.
And
so I think we can do it. You
just jogged my memory, and I don't want us to abandon the run. We now have solidified the RB2. I think Malik Davis will have a good game. Like if you
hold on. I know Malik was in the last game. I mean, he just fell off now. Are you saying that Malik is now the RB2? I thought the little boy Blue, everybody said was going to be the next Emmitt Smith was going to be the RB.
He was designated as RB2 going into the Eagles game, and the thing is, we needed to solidify our RB2 because, they have Hunter Lemke as a fullback, but he has been playing tight end. He started playing tight end on the Raiders game.
TE2.
Yeah, so he's been being like a TE2A, and you have big body Brev as
big body Brev.
Yeah, big body Brev. Oh, that's a big boy.
Now we've been seeing a lot of the tight ends scoot in, big body Brev, especially like you're saying, Hunter Lipke playing at tight end. Cowboys trying to establish some dominance on that line, it seems. And we're going to need to do that in order to cook the Chiefs because that's what's on the menu. And y'all have seen this.
We have to keep Javonte legs fresh, especially because, like I said, they're within their 4-game gauntlet, which is back-to-back. After this one, they have another Thursday night game against the Lions. But at least with that, from this game to the Lions game, they do have a full week of practice instead of having a 3 to 4 day window from game practice to the next game. Tomas, we may need you for the Chargers POV. We got some time. But
Tasha said Kelsey and Kermie. That's hilarious.
Hey.
I think Malik Davis will get some reps and have a good game because that's another big body boy. and he could push. I mean, I know he will probably more so run on the outside and let Javonte Williams be the bulldozer, because he will go through a defensive line. But between those two running backs, and then us having they're now called, I don't know if I said it on the last game, they're no longer Mario and Luigi. Their actual receiving nicknames is the Terror Twins.
That's some intel right there. Is that what we're hearing? Is the Terror Twins?
Yeah,
okay.
CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens are the Terror Twins.
Terror Twins, Bob. How's that making you feel right about now?
They're definitely scaring everybody, man.
Terror Twins on Thanksgiving. That's got a 3T kind of vibe to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, we've got the ability for this to be a monster game for us. Like I said, I have us 35-17. That puts obviously that puts 2 touchdowns and a field goal out there for Kansas City, which is a struggle in my eyes. This is something I hope. I hoped it was going to happen last week, and I predicted the score and how it was going to happen. Don't know if I can do that this week, but because it's much easier to predict against a team that we've played 2 times a year. But Kansas City is a good team. This isn't a bunch of punks coming onto the field right now for us to beat up on. This is going to be something. So I think once the game starts rolling and everything that we do right starts happening, I don't think they'll be able to catch it.
And this team, like everything on paper, it looks good. And this is just like the opposite with the Raiders, because now I'm looking at analytics, because Mike McCarthy turned me off on that whole analytics talk. But like watching film, reading stats, and all this other stuff on paper, just like the Raiders on paper, very good team. But when they get out on the field and that tape get to rolling, you be looking at all your stat sheets and everything, like, wait a minute, this ain't coinciding with what I'm seeing on TV. Yeah. So still don't put nothing past this team. Yes, they have a lot of deficiencies from their last 11, 12 weeks. But this is not a sleeper team.
No.
All right, so you got our 3 predictions here. You got our 3 keys, but there's also 3 games today on Turkey Day, and we are in the middle game, and I want to get y'all's predictions on this as we see what's on the Turkey Day menu. We got Green Bay at Detroit. Bob, who do you like in this game and why?
You know what? I like Detroit, man. I like Detroit. I just, there's always been something.
They're in Detroit, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah. And they've got the tradition that we've got. This is something that they're and not to mention they're going to want to beat the Packers. The Packers are still going to come out. Micah Parsons is an amazing player. He'll probably get a couple sacks because that's what he does. But at the same time, I just feel like this is a strong enough rivalry that Detroit pulls it out, especially after last week. So I don't know. I think Detroit's going to win this one for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, in my opinion, both of them can lose.
Tie again. Get Green Bay. Tie again.
But give me Mufasa in them. Give me Mufasa in them.
All right. Bob likes Detroit. Kels likes Green Bay. Yeah, we got the Eagles fans. Look at
Mufasa. I said Mufasa.
Oh, who? Mufasa. That's the lion, right? Oh, that's the bad guy. Yeah, not the other, not the Lion King. Yeah, the other. Okay, Mufasa. Okay, you got Green Bay. Never mind. I take that back. They got Green Bay. I got Detroit at home. I like Detroit. Let us know in the comments.
Detroit. I said, give me Mufasa. The Lions. Mufasa.
Oh, okay. I see what you did there. All right. I haven't had too much coffee
in the middle of it.
Yeah, thanks, Bob. But we got the Eagles fans tapping in. No, I'm not stressed at all. You know why? Because we beat the fucking Eagles. And that's all I really cared about. And the fact that y'all are in my comments on Turkey Day lets me know we are rent-free in your head. Now, the other game that's up, Kels and Bob, is Cincinnati, lowly old Cincinnati at Baltimore. I think that'll be probably a general consensus. But, Bob, who you like in this game, Cincinnati and Baltimore, on the late game when all of us will probably be happy the Cowboys won and eating dessert and smoking and drinking and pontificating on the internet. I can't wait. But who you got? Cincy or Baltimore?
I'll take Baltimore in that one. And that's a toss-up, if I'm being honest. Baltimore's still looking weird. They're a good team, but they look weird. Cincinnati's just in the doghouse right now. I don't know. So I'll take Baltimore on that one.
Yeah, Baltimore looks like they're raging back in the AFC East. Kels, who you like over there? Cincy or Baltimore?
I'm taking it 45 minutes up the road for me. Give me that good old Bay and Baltimore clubhouse music.
I'll tell you this, man. I don't do this, but after that Eagles game for at least 2 days, I was all up in the groups that I kept popping up on Facebook and just giving them shit big time because all they do is talk about it's just your Super Bowl. It's not even a big deal. Well, if it wasn't a big deal, why aren't you out there talking about it? You know what I mean? It's so funny. A lot of teams out there do that, but Philly just seems to be that one fan base that runs and hides and uses excuses when it comes to taking a loss.
Tasha, I'm reading your comment. Why the only thing that came to my mind was Mufasa. Aaron Pierre, that's Mufasa. Oh, what y'all got for the Black Friday game?
Oh man, yeah, I got Philadelphia over Chicago only because they're in Philadelphia and they just lost to Dallas, and I don't think Philly's going to lose 2 in a row. So I like Philly in this one because the sports book got to balance everything out.
I take Chicago. I think Chicago beats them in Philly. I think they're in disarray and they're reeling right now. What? They've got a short week.
I would love it.
Short week.
I know Philly fans in our comments ain't gonna like that. Kels, who you like, Chicago or Philly?
I think Aaron, because Al Harris is not only the DB coach there, he's also the defensive passing game coordinator. He's going to drive Patullo's offense in the ground, and he's going to play on their feelings. It's going to be a tough game, but I think Chicago at the last minute is going to edge them out.
Oh, I like it. A little bit of the past here because y'all know when this shit hit the internet, it went crazy. But if you didn't know what's on the menu for me today, I ain't cooking nothing in the kitchen. I plan on cooking the Chiefs. It's Cowboys and Indians. I know y'all remember this.
It's my jam.
But look at here. Look. I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, hogs, dogs, chicken, turkeys, rabbit, you name it.
Come on, Pastor.
I love it, boy. I love it.
Wonderful.
It used to get me hyped, boy. That shit was
every year.
Viral. I know Kel sent me the original. I just wanted to clip that just to let y'all know what's on the menu today. But it's the Big 3 on Turkey Day. Y'all give it up for my co-hosts, Bob and Kels. They took time out of their day today to join us on Thanksgiving. I know Kels' mom and her family are back there cooking. Bob is about to get off of here and go run in the kitchen. He cooks for a living. And me, I like to cook the opposition. And I plan on cooking the Chiefs on the menu today. But we've given y'all our keys to the win. We've given y'all our predictions. So make sure if you're just tapping in after the fact, use hashtag replay. We hope everybody has a wonderful and safe holiday. Make sure you don't drink and drive. Make sure you got a designated driver.
Under 10. Keep the penalties under 10.
Call your friends and family.
Yeah, call your friends and family. Check on them.
Yeah. Game for Marshawn. 94 forever.
Thank you. And I think that's the biggest thing. I think if the Cowboys can stay focused, because now they know their why when it comes to Marshawn Nealon and why they're playing. And I just hope they don't wait till the second half of this game, Bob and Kels. I hope they start off fast. I hope we see fireworks. I hope it's a great game. But we all got the Cowboys winning. We all had the Cowboys winning last week. So you know what to do. Make sure and tap in because I'll be live during the halftime recap show, and it will be live on the post game. Might be all 3 of us, might be 1 of us, might be 2 of us. I don't know. Depends on what we got going on in the kitchen. But any parting words for the crowd, Bob, before we get out here today on the Turkey Day?
No, go Cowboys. Like I said, call your friends and family. Call the folks you haven't talked to in a while. Today can be a sad day for some folks. But just keep going, keep pressing. It's going to be a good set of games today. Hopefully our Cowboys make it a nice victory for us so we can cap off the Philly game and keep talking and have some hope for the future. Regardless, though.
Man, can you imagine, Kels? We win today and everybody gets to focus on the Eagles tomorrow like they're focused on the Cowboys today. Any parting words for our crowd before we get out of here?
Happy Thanksgiving. Go Cowboys. And call 988 if you need to.
Yeah, we know that Chiefs fans are about to have to call 998 because the Cowboys about to cook that ass on Turkey Day. Make sure y'all come join us on the post-game report. It's your Big 3.
Oh, and prayers to the 2 National Guards.
Yes,
that happened up here my way. So
yeah,
prayers to them and their family.
All right, good shout out. We'll see y'all on the post-game show to find out if the Cowboys cook the Chiefs or I ain't gonna say it. It ain't the other way around, but y'all tap in because Dandy Don's by the light. We'll see y'all on the next episode.
Turn out the lights. the party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night. The party's over. And tomorrow and next year starts the same old thing again.